what do you do and why does it matter?
What do I do and why does it matter? What I do, we have a counseling clinic.
Okay.
We do traditional mental health counseling with licensed therapists. We take insurance. I think a little bit special about what we do that we love is we do a lot of brain work. And I think that's probably what we'll get into is how we got to that kind of neuroscience piece of mental health. So we do a lot of brain mapping, which we do like a QEEG of your brain, where we actually
kind of a new trendy term.
It is. It's not new technology, but it is kind of catching up because like one of the guys that I like, Dr. Daniel Amen, he's got clinics all across the country. He makes a really good point saying like of all the things that go on medically in our world, we like if you have diabetes, you know what number you have, like, and you know what you need to keep it in, right? And so then we know what to prescribe to do that.
And how much to give you.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever,
Exactly. But with our brain, it's like the one thing that we'll prescribe 18 medications and we've never looked at it once.
Wow.
So for me, that was very powerful. And as like we kind of went on this journey of figuring out what worked and what I've been in mental health for over 20 years. And so this is all part of, the story, but we loved the piece of being able to look at least one picture. It's not a whole picture of the brain, but it's at least one picture. It gives us a jumping off point of what we're looking at. We're looking at the electrical activity that's going on in the brain.
So you were involved in mental health before mental health was cool, because like 20 years ago, no one talked about mental health.
Right.
I mean, like it was like mental health. When you said, when I heard mental health 20 years ago, I thought nut house, crazy person, never heard the word anxiety, all those things. So here we are, 2023, 2024, we're talking about mental health. You've been in it for a while. So let's go back to like growing up.
Okay.
So you're from Alabama.
I am.
Okay, so tell me like how you grew up, where you grew up, and all the kind of the I guess the birth to elementary, middle school, high school stuff.
Yeah. So I'm a female, correct? Yes, that will make sense in a second.
Yeah.
I came home from the hospital to a boys' ranch. My parents started and ran a children's home for orphaned, abused, neglected children. And we lived on the boys' ranch my entire life, my entire childhood. So the majority of my childhood, I'm the only girl in the midst of
tons of boys.
I have one brother, I have a husband, and I have 3 sons. So
man, a lot of testosterone.
A lot of testosterone.
So
in
let
my
me
world.
stop here for a second. So I can't believe we've not discussed this before.
Yes.
So when I lived in Tennessee for 11 years, in Cookeville, Tennessee, and someone, I'm not sure who did, came to meet with your parents about the Big Oak Ranch. Is that correct?
Big Oak Ranch, yes.
The Big Oak Ranch. And then we started one, not me. They started one in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Called the Mustard Seed Ranch.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes, I do actually.
So when I was there in Tennessee, I knew those people extremely well.
Very cool.
Then for probably 3 or 4 years, me, a girl named Risa Roberts, and a guy named Rich Froning raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Mustard Seed Ranch.
Phenomenal.
We did a CrossFit competition. Cookeville was the mecca of CrossFit. And we did a CrossFit competition.
I actually know this. I'm married to a CrossFitter.
Did not know that.
Yes.
We have.
I know all the lingo.
Do you really?
I do.
Well, I've been there.
I don't do it myself.
But I know it. So we did a competition for, I want to say 3 or 4 years. I want to say we raised over $100,000 every year except one.
That's phenomenal.
That's phenomenal. That place. And so it's a wonderful place. They got multiple houses. I don't know the size of Big Oak Ranch, but it's a pretty sizable place that they have male and female.
Yes.
They have male houses and
Big Oak
female
has
houses.
male and female. They're in 2 separate locations.
Yes.
But yes, they have both.
So I'm sorry to decide that, but I did not even think about
That's
that.
my childhood.
Yeah.
I grew up at the boys' ranch, which, like I think is part of like my story in taking me into sports and,
Sure.
Because it's like, what else is there to do? I guess, when everybody's outside playing something, you might as well go play it too. So that was my childhood. Fell in love with basketball, fell in love with sports in general, just in competition, again, growing up with that much testosterone. It's like, you better jump in or get overtaken.
Exactly.
So I'm so grateful for that, for just the mentality and the experience of that.